can undo a marriage. You can't undo a baby. Once you have a baby with somebody, they're stuck in your life forever.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So I find this conversation this sister brought up very interesting because which commitment do you think is more commitment? Is it a commitment of getting married or a commitment of having a child? Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. This sister question has struck a bigger conversation online, and this has gotten a lot of people having different takes to what they think is more commitment to the other, and even a different take on how they even saw the entire question, which I find personally very interesting. I have my own thought on what I think is more commitment than the other, but let's go hear other people's thought on this, then I'll come back and share my thought.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone. Like, if you marry the wrong person, you can divorce them and move on with your life. You can undo a marriage. You can't undo a baby. Once you have a baby with somebody, they're stuck in your life forever. So, how is marriage the bigger commitment? And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, divorce is expensive and a baby isn't. Whatever you're going to pay for a divorce is not even going to come close to what you're going to pay taking care of a child for the next 18 years. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone.
Because it is a bigger commitment, sis. That's the way our society has made it. It is so easy to wake up and abandon a woman you've impregnated or abandon a child that you've brought into this world, whether the mother or the father, than it is to go and get a divorce. Getting a divorce can take years because it is a legally binding commitment. There is no legally binding commitment to parenting. You can literally either take your child, give them to the social services and say, I do not want to parent, hand them over to relatives. It's so easy to get out of parenting, but it is not easy to get out of legally binding contract because parents are not legally forced to parent. That's where the problem is. That's why some people will impregnate you to trap you but won't marry you and commit to you.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with.
Oh, I'm so sick of this topic. If that man won't do something as simple as marry you and you birth his child, you rather this shit makes me so mad. I literally would never, I don't care if God himself came down and was like, can I have this baby? I know you're not married to this man, but have this baby. No. If a man can't do something as simple as, marriage isn't simple, but if he can't do that, then the chances of him successfully raising that child with you is so low. Like, I will die on this hill forever. I don't care if the man divorces me, okay? Like, he can divorce me when the kid is 15, 6, 7, 8, it doesn't matter. But if he can't do the bare minimum of, like, getting down on one knee and proposing to me before I have his kid, you're out of your mind. And I really wish y'all would stop doing it, honestly. It's really sad for the kid or, like, the child. That's what makes me so mad about, like, because y'all had the choice. They didn't.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone.
I'll be very honest, this is a topic that I've mentioned a few times and I still stick by it. I don't understand why people think that having a baby with someone is a bigger commitment than marriage, but I think I've got some answers. I think it's because in society, the man marries the woman. So therefore, you have to kind of almost wait as a woman for a man that loves you and wants to settle down and actually marry you, which is not always easy. Having a baby, however, has become a social aspect of a woman is in charge. Most women who may even be single, who are not yet married, are more in charge of that aspect of their life. They don't necessarily have to wait for a man to decide to marry them before they decide. So when the year comes, or when they get to the age where they feel like they want to progress in their life and start a family, they no longer want to wait for a man to want to marry them before they basically then have children. So I feel like that is the main reason. That is, for me, what I think the main reason is because marriage lies in the hands of a man to want to actually settle down and marry you, a female. before you can have children, I guess, if you're waiting to have it the proper way. And that potentially may not necessarily happen at the time that you want it to be, because you may not have met the guy, you may still be single, past the timeline that, you know, society gives you. So I think, yeah, that's probably mainly the reason, but I still stick by it. You know, I want people to understand and settle down and marry before they have children, because ultimately there is a little bit more security in marriage than doing it outside of marriage.
And why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone.
Oh, because some people still want their freedom to see other people, and they also don't want to admit to being the reason for not being able to keep their relationships intact. So their excuses, oh, you got to sign a bunch of paperwork, and if you decide to get divorced, a bunch of lawyers are going to get involved, and it's just much worse than having a kid. Oh, really now? If you have a kid, you're going to be co-parenting with that person for the rest of your life.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with.
Me too, sis. I'm really curious to know the answer as well. How is creating a life that you have to be financially responsible for the next 18 years, give or take? How is that less expensive? How is that less of a commitment than marriage? It's really not even choosing to spend the rest of your life with someone. Because at the end of the day, you can always get a divorce. But you cannot divorce your child. You cannot divorce your child. Like, huh? Now, I know I would not be able to call myself a feminist if I didn't believe that women should be able to make their own choices when it came to their body and when it came to their full-on life decisions. Absolutely, make your own choice. But please, someone explain it to me. I mean, I know there's women who never, ever, ever want to get married. And I know there's men who never, ever want to get married as well. For what reasons? Those are still unknown. So if you could also let me know why people would never, ever want to get married. However, to me, if someone decides that they want to dedicate the rest of their lives to me, devoting their time, planning, and care just to me, I really can't see a larger honor. Maybe I'm just too traditional for my generation, but please tell me the downsides to marriage. I'm probably going to try to refute every single point, but I want to get a conversation going. I'm just trying to see. Help me learn what is going on.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone.
It is shocking the amount of people who will actively be intimate with somebody they do not like and do not want to have children with. Let's just break this math down. The act of intimacy potentially will yield an offspring. If you are engaging in an act that has the outcome of yielding offspring with somebody you don't like and don't want to yield offspring with, the question we're asking is, why are you being intimate with them? And let me tell you people something. This thing about instant gratification, hey, will get you all in bad situations. It will get you all in bad situations. And again, do not assume because somebody desires you for intimacy that they desire you for other things. Just because they desire to be intimate with you doesn't mean they desire to put a ring on it or to even call you the mother of their child. And I'm going to address women now. You don't like this man. The thought of this man being the father to your children scares you. Yet you're there doing all types and manners of acts that could put you in a situation to carry this man's child that you clearly don't want to be the mother of. We're going to have to use common sense. Use your common sense. It's going to have to register. It's going to have to register because people are freely having children with people they don't like, but yet the commitment of marriage is something people don't want to do. Instant gratification will get a lot of you in problems. It's going to get a lot of you in trouble. Think about it. Simmer down and think about it. Okay? Thanks.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with.
I'm going to actually answer this for those of you that are confused. There are just a lot of people out here that just want children. They don't care who they have it by. They don't care if they have to suffer in parenthood. I have even heard this from intelligent, professional women that are like, I just want my baby. I'm like, but you're going to have a baby by Blow Joe. He's not going to help you with support. And you know what the excuse is? I'll support my own baby. He can go on where he need to go. I don't care if he marries somebody. As long as he drug free and he don't give me no STDs, I'll have his baby and we'll move on. Another thing is that let's say you do marry someone, and this is from personal experience, and the person is very nasty about the divorce. Sometimes divorces can actually drag on for decades. They can bankrupt you. They can mentally exhaust you. You go back and forth, back to court, versus if you just have a child by someone, custody issues are a lot easier to resolve, because they're going to grant custodial parenthood to one parent, and then the other parent is basically going to be the backup, and you go from there and you decide on who's going to pay child support, if any child support, or the parent that's the non-custodial parent actually has the ability to sign over their rights in a lot of cases. So in a sense, I get where you're coming from if you're with a person that is mentally stable and able to walk away, but especially in today's society, there are a lot of nuts out there, and if you tell a man you're pregnant, a lot of times it's easier to get rid of them, even if you aren't. So, yeah, that's the answer.
I just don't understand why people think marriage is a bigger commitment than having a baby with someone.
This blows my mind. It blows my mind that we live in a society that someone will be willing to have a child with someone they don't necessarily see fit to be their father, but will not be willing to marry them because they're not ready. It confuses me. Some people are even willing to go as far as buy a house with somebody and have a child with them before even marrying them. Tying yourself with somebody, as a financial consultant, I'm like, tying yourself with somebody financially without commitment is crazy. It's crazy. And this ideology that, we're going to be stuck in each other's lives for 18 years. Think about it. Your child is going to have that person's 50% of their genetics. Your grandchildren will have this person's genetics. You are tied for life. For life. Please, think about it. Choose commitment. Commitment over, having children like it's no big deal. This child, I heard a study that said people always think, nurture is what's sometimes important. But about 80% of what your child comes out like is based on their genetics, their personality, their character, their intelligence, conditions. Someone with chronic health condition. All of these things are tied with one person you may lay down with for 2 minutes. Me, I'm a celibacy promoter. It saves you time. It's like fasting. Rather than doing all these fad diets, just fast. You don't have to worry about anything. Just be hungry and wait for the right food. We shouldn't be doing this, honestly. Like, I got married at 23. And even to get married as a Ghanaian African young woman, I had to have family meetings to justify why I want to get married. And people are even asking me, do I want to marry because I'm pregnant? And I'm like, no, I'm a Christian. I'm saving myself till marriage. And it's just like, it's a big deal that I want to get married. If I came with my Peking saying, oh, I'm pregnant, I feel like I won't get as much. I guarantee I won't be having a family meeting with about 20 aunties and uncles just to discuss it. So we need to change our mindset in thinking that having a child is not as a bigger commitment than getting married. Think about it. I'm just saying, let me know what you think.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thought, because that's what we do here. We have amazing conversation. So go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think. But please, please, please keep it respectful. You don't have to disrespect anybody for you to air your opinion. So let's be respectful down in the comment section. So yes, my own thought on this is that I feel personally having a child is more commitment than getting married. Yes, divorce can be expensive, emotionally draining, and all that. If you have to divorce somebody, like maybe you get married to the person and now you don't want it anymore, I know it can be very draining emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. But that is your choice now at that time to get rid of it and even work on your emotions. So I believe that having a child is more commitment because when you have a child, that is it. Like I said in my other video, once you have a child, some people think 18 years, then the child. No, you as a parent, especially as a mother, you worry about the child all your life till you're gone. So, which has more commitment? I personally, I feel like no, that takes a lot of commitment for you to have a child. And a lot of people think, oh, marriage, no, having a child is more commitment. Like, yeah. And people taking coming from the take where they say, okay, how can you commit to having a child with somebody but can't commit to getting married to the person? I personally, I still don't understand that. If you can't have somebody to be your partner, why can you be bold enough to have that same person as your co-parenting, like co-parent situation? Like, why? So I really feel both are big commitments, but the commitment I feel like is more weighing more than the other. I would say having a child. Having a child is not for the faint-hearted. I feel like you have to mentally, spiritually, financially prepare yourself before you choose to, like, you know what? Yeah. And then when we talk about even having a child too, you also have to deal with the person you're having a child with. That is another stress. That's another emotional stress that you're going to. So if you and the person don't even get along, but I wish you well. That's like I wish you well. But even when you get along as a woman, talking as a woman, the stress level of running around, oh Lord, no. I stick with this. Having a child is more commitment. I love to know your thoughts on this down in the comment section. Love to know which you think has more commitment or which is more commitment than the other. So go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think which, and let me know to why you think what you think, which one you think is more commitment, why you think so. I love to know your reason behind that. See, there's no wrong or right answer to this. It's just everybody sharing their opinion. And even here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree because we have amazing conversation. We're allowed to disagree. Disagreement is normal here on this channel, but we do it respectfully. So, yeah, we're allowed not to agree on this one. Okay. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation. Like I've said a million times, we have amazing conversation here. Okay. So go ahead and share this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up, smash the like button, because that helps YouTube to push out my content, and that will be you supporting your girl. So go ahead and smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Just do all those good stuff. Join the membership. Say thank you. Just do anything that makes you feel good, and if you want to support your girl. With that all said, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.